The silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet.
Good afternoon. You're tuned into Ability Matters, the program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities and everything in between. We are one of the longest running disability-related shows in the world, starting as Headway On Air all the way back in 2007 and now brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS registered disability support organisation.
Yes, indeed. This is Ability Matters. And yes, we've come a long way now since Headway On Air back in the day, yes. I'm still here today. I'm your host, Tony S. And with me as per normal these days is my co-host, Beck. How are you, Beck?
Good, thanks. How are you today, Tony?
I'm going well, thank you.
That's great.
So what do we have in order for today?
Okay, I have the CEO from Flagstaff. His name's Rod. So welcome. Thank you for coming along today and speaking with us, Rod.
Thanks, Beck. It's great to be here.
Great to have you along. And so I suppose we'll jump straight into some questions, if that's okay.
Sure thing, let's go.
Okay. So firstly, I'd like to say congratulations, Rod, on becoming the new CEO for Flagstaff. When did you start?
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you for the congratulations. It's sincerely appreciated. Well, I've been at Flagstaff for nearly 8 years now. I was fortunate enough to join Flagstaff and be a part of, when we were transitioning over to the new funding scheme with the NDIS. And then when the current CEO, Roy Rogers, decided to retire, I put my hat in the ring, and I was fortunate enough to be successful. So I've been the CEO role for nearly 12 months now.
Oh, wow.
I know, time flies.
How are you finding that?
Absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. I think that the Flagstaff Group is a fantastic organisation, and to be trusted to lead that group is something that I definitely don't take for granted.
Excellent, excellent. I suppose the next thing I would like to ask you is there a lot involved in your role? Do you do a lot of different things to keep Flagstaff going?
Oh, yeah.
Smooth sailing, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, there's always something different. Each day always brings up some, new adventures. And it wasn't until I was CEO that I was invited to come here on VOX Radio. So I guess that's a fine example.
It's a lurk and perk with their position, isn't it?
Yeah, being able to speak to people such as yourself, as in to share about what we do at the Flagstaff Group, but also making sure that our employees and our participants are getting the supports that they deserve, so they can engage in meaningful employment, also build the capacity to live as independently as much as possible.
Oh, that sounds so awesome. Excellent stuff. What we'll do, I suppose, I'll get you to play a song for us, if that's all right, Tony.
Well, I'm going to open up today's show with one of my, I suppose, timeless classics. I've got the Four Tops with the same old song from the 1965. And I'll say again, that was just Pete Townsend with Let My Love Open the Door from 1980. Now, back over to the interview with Beck and Roy. Oh, Rod, sorry.
No, all right. Thank you, Tony. So I suppose the next thing I'd like to ask you, Rod, is could you tell us a bit about yourself and which activities you like to do away from work? We love to find out what people like to do in their
to keep them occupied.
Leisure time.
Yeah, okay.
Well, nothing too personal.
Nothing too personal?
It's not part of the radio rules,
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, I guess anyone who knows me knows that I love talking about myself. So I guess
vanity.
Yeah.
One of people's favourite sins. Yeah.
Well, I love nothing better than going and seeing a nice live band. I think it's fantastic. Music is something that I really enjoy. But I also love taking advantage of what we've got down here in the Illawarra like going up into, on the trails at Mount Kira, do some bushwalking.
Oh, yeah?
And running. But also, taking the opportunity to, get on the water, do some paddleboarding and some kayaking. It could be down near Dapto and Mullet Creek or out on the lake. If I can get outdoors, that's a perfect weekend for me.
Yeah, I've actually heard that that's some pretty good paddling area down near Mullet Creek area. Is that like start from Dapto and head towards Berkeley, or?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Closer to Fred Finch Park?
Yep.
At the back.
Yeah.
You just park the car and take the kayaks or the paddleboards off the top, and you can get on the water there. I don't know if I want to fall in, but...
No, it's not advisable.
No.
I can honestly say when I was younger, I had to walk across the bottom of that creek, and I lasted 2 steps before I told the bloke next to me, "You've got to put me on your shoulders." Ew.
Yeah. No, but I think we're blessed down here, as in, we've got the water.
Very much.
Yeah, and we got the bush as well up in Mount Kira and Mount Kembla. You can get out there. We've got some great trails that we can get up there and do some bushwalking or some trail running.
Lovely.
Excellent. It sounds like actually a really good way to pass the time.
I love it.
Love being outdoors. So I'm just curious, when you go in, do you go in at Beach Park?
At times, yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine where you would go in to do those sort of things, where you'd start.
Yeah, I think...
might be a trail secret about to be revealed. So.
I think there's there's a lot of good areas where you can park the car or you can get to from here as well. So there's
and I hear it's free parking, so there you go.
Yeah, 100%. You take advantage of the free parking.
Well, sure, definitely. Well, that sounds like a lovely way to spend your weekend. Thanks for sharing that with us. The next one I wanted to ask you about was, Flagstaff provides a large number of services. Anything specific you would like to talk about, things that you do there?
Well, I think it's important to go back to our purpose, which is providing meaningful employment for people of all types of abilities. So to be able to do that, we've got 5 commercial divisions.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got a commercial laundry. We've got our fine foods, which creates and delivers frozen meals. We can do any of your printing that you would require.
Print and mail?
Yeah, print and mail.
Yeah, actually I used you when we were doing the Illawarra Access Group campaign. We got most of our flyers and stuff printed through. You guys did a great job.
Oh, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it.
Indeed.
And we also, we do recycling through our paper-to-paper division as well, where any of your cardboard, white paper, we can shred it for you as well, where you might have your secure shredding. And, we're getting towards that tax time where, after 3 years, you might have some confidential, material that you might want to get rid of. We can take care of that for you. And we also do what we call ground maintenance, your lawns, do some cleaning. But also we do a lot of NDIS supports as well, with people that got all different abilities that may need different supports. So if you require, some form of supports that is NDIS funding, we can provide those for you as well. But it also fits in with our purpose of helping individuals develop their capacity to live as independent as possible and engage in a meaningful employment.
Oh, wow. You sound like you do a lot of stuff there and keep a lot of people employed and doing something great for their own community.
Yeah, we try to achieve those and kick all those goals. What you just said then, Beck, is being a productive partner in the community. I think that's really important as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that we'll grab some more music. If that's
beautiful.
Okay, Tony?
Well, I'm going to go back to, time's getting close to 17 past the lunch hour, but okay, plenty of time. I'll play you some Australian classics now. We've got here some Cold Chisel with Flame Trees back in 1984. Hope you enjoy this one. Yes, thank you. The Jackson 5 with ABC from 1970. And now back over to Beck and Rod.
Thank you very much, Tony. Great song. Love that Jackson 5.
Well, I aim to please with the music, but then again, everyone's different, so there you go.
So the next thing I'd like to ask you, Rod, is what do you have coming up in the near future?
Actually, we've got a couple of really exciting things that we're going to be working on in the near future at the Flagstaff Group. The first one is our Access to Work project. So everyone knows about Flagstaff, about how we provide employment opportunities working at Flagstaff. But we're working on a project, and it's called Access to Work, where we're actually providing opportunities for people who may want to get support to be able to work in mainstream employment and work in open employment. So we're going to be working with individuals to help them achieve those goals. And so it's not only providing employment at Flagstaff, but we're going to be supporting people to be able to engage in employment, in mainstream employment and in open employment as well.
Oh, that sounds really exciting.
Yeah, we can't wait. So we've started that now. You know, we're engaging with not just young people, school leavers, but people of all ages to give them an opportunity to get employment that fits into what their goals are, and working in an industry that suits them and that they want to choose to work with.
So help drive them or push them more closer into more of a mainstream situation, employment situation.
Yeah, if that's their goal, if that's what they want to achieve, and it's all about their choice.
Right.
And they're going to be in the driver's seat, and we'll be supporting them with providing them with different tools, but also supporting the employer as well.
Right.
So we think we're...
so you'll be like the go-between
liaison
between the employee and employer to...
Yeah, so make sure
everything's flowing smoothly.
Make sure everything's flowing smoothly, as you said, Beck. But also, so it's not going to be a short term. It's setting someone up for that long-term employment. And as I always say to potential bosses, we want you to be thinking about what you ever did before your new employee came and worked for you. So that person is a important part of their team.
Oh, it sounds really good. It sounds like you're trying to make them a pivotal part of that organisation wherever they end up.
Yeah, 100%. And then I guess another project, which is something that we're really also can't wait to get started, is it's called the We Belong project, and it's all about storytelling. I have to take my hat off to you, Beck, as in when you shared your story, about your journey, it inspired us, and we want to be able to use you as an example as well, as about how you're educating people and you're sharing your story and your journey. So we want to give other people with all forms of different abilities that opportunity to tell their story and be able to communicate with others about what their goals are, what they want to achieve, and use a form of storytelling to be able to do that.
Yeah, no, and I think that's really important because that also breaks down a lot of barriers that people might have preconceptions or think something's totally different to how it is, and unless they actually speak for the individual firsthand and get an idea of what's involved for them or what the challenges are or things that they have to come across regularly, then they're not really going to know what to look out for.
And, obviously I could not have said that better myself. And I think there's, what you're saying and what you're sharing there it's an opportunity for everyone, that may be experiencing some barriers as in communicating their story, to give them the tools to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think it opens it up for everyone. It lets everyone have a bit of participation. It sounds great. I can't wait to come on board and do some stuff with you on that one.
We're excited as well.
Awesome. And the one I really wanted to ask you about, there's a few ways that people can contact you to find out more. Can you tell the listeners how they know how to get in contact with you?
Contact details, yes.
Yeah, okay.
What's your best methods?
Okay, well, we've got a phone number that anyone can call us on, and that phone number is 02 4272 0222. But we're also on Facebook, we're also on Instagram, and we also have a website. So if you just Google, I hope I can say Google, or if you just search for us on the internet under the Flagstaff Group, we've got a fantastic website which can show you all the information that we have and all the supports and services that we provide.
Excellent. So I don't know if anyone out there wanted to grab a pen. Did you want to repeat that number, Tony, please?
Okay, pen and paper ready? The Flagstaff number, 0242 720222. Very simple. Very repetitive with the 2 there. I like it. So once again, 0242720222. And all over Facebook and Instagram too. So there you go. So Google search Flagstaff, probably leads you to one of those sites, and away you go. Good stuff.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Do you want to go to some more music for us, if you don't mind now, Tony?
Rightio. Well, I'm going to get to with some platters with the Platters with Only You from 1956. This is Tony from Ability Matters, and you're listening to VOX FM 106.9. And once again, that last song we just played for you was Mel Carter, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me from the year 1965. Get straight back into it, shall we?
We sure shall. Okay, so I was talking to you while we're off air, Rod, and you were telling me some great things that you're doing, and I thought I'd ask you a little bit more about the CEO sleep out that you're doing at the moment. What's involved with that?
Oh, thanks, Beck.
Divulge.
Yeah, so with the CEO sleep out, it's where all the business leaders and part of the leadership team from all different organisations and businesses across Australia will be sleeping out to raise awareness about the homeless in Australia. But I thought I'd take it to the next level this year. So I pledged to run 1,000 kilometres over the last 10 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm pretty proud to say that I've only got 12 kilometres to go.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
So I think the tally at the moment is 988 kilometres.
Excellent.
Yeah, so the goal is this Thursday we'll be doing the CEO sleep out, and I would have ran 1,000 kilometres in that 10 weeks. And it's really been a really good opportunity to have those conversations and raise awareness about the homeless, particularly here in the Illawarra, because I think a lot of people don't actually realise that we're just one event away from being homeless.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get it either when they're like living fortnight to fortnight, and it's not going to last very long if you've got to have a massive big change happen straight away, and you're like, whoa, I haven't got the money behind me to do that. So
totally. And the CEO sleep out, I think, is a good opportunity, not just to raise money, but raise awareness as well. I would love to be able to say that everybody in the Illawarra would get the support so that they don't have to worry about where they're going to be sleeping each night, and also not worrying about the weather, not worrying about the cold, not worrying about where they're going to get the next meal, but also making sure that they're safe. You know, there's a lot of people who are living rough day by day, so I think this is definitely a good cause. And also talking about our Flagstaff Facebook, if you would like to make a donation, you can jump on there, and there's a link there. And every donation, it actually goes to Vinnie's in the Illawarra. So the money's staying local, and it's there to support our local people that might be doing it a bit tough at the moment.
Awesome. You actually just took the words right out of my mouth, Rod, because I was going to ask, how can we donate? How can we get behind and support you in doing such a wonderful thing that you're doing there?
Oh, fantastic. And like I said, if you just jump on the Flagstaff Facebook page, or even if you search out there for my Facebook page, pretty easy to find with Rodney Von Clark, and you'll see the CEO Sleep Out link there, Vinnie's CEO Sleep Out, and every donation is welcome, and I'll make sure I'll reach out to you to say thank you.
Oh, that's lovely. That is so... And I do have to ask one question, though.
Because that's what kind of bloke you are.
and it's about the cold that you mentioned. How cold does it get while you're out there?
So over the last 10 weeks, I've noticed that the temperature has dropped, and it's getting down to around about 4 degrees here in Wollongong. We've all experienced that rain that's been coming through. And every morning when I was getting up to do the run, I'd be thinking about the weather. Is it going to rain tomorrow? Is it going to be raining over the next few days? I was lucky. I could go home, I could have a warm shower and get changed into dry clothes. I was thinking about the others out there who'd be having the same thoughts, but they're thinking about where they're going to sleep and where they're going to be staying during this weather as well.
Where's the nearest overhead bridge or something like that they can try and get under and get out of the rain? Yeah,
and then it's getting colder. You know, you've got the wind, you've got the frost, and, you know, even here in Wollongong, you know, we're looking at, you know, it's getting down to around about 0-2 degrees this morning, which is quite chilly.
It's not my cup of tea. I'm not a fan.
I don't really know a lot about this myself, but aren't there places set up for them to go? Like the homeless people, I mean?
Yeah, so there's Vinnie's is one of the providers, so they can provide shelter, they can provide meals, but they can also provide programs.
Right.
So the shelter and the meals are immediate support, but it's also providing programs and ongoing support so that people can get that capacity to get their situation in a positive place so that they can have some security as well.
Well, I'm just thinking to myself, if these places are on offer, I doubt that these homeless people are not savvy upstairs and realise that there's places for them to go, but they might be being homeless out of choice, maybe. I don't know. Play the sympathy card, I don't know. That's just my theory.
A lot of our homeless, they're in a circumstances that are beyond their control.
Fair enough.
And a lot of this funding that we're trying to raise for the Vinnie's CEO Sleeper for the homeless, it's about to make sure that there is more places for them to go to be supported. You see on the media and you see on the news, at the moment we're experiencing a crisis with homes, and it's not just people that are making the choice to be homeless. We're talking about, you know, mothers with young families where, due to circumstances that are beyond their control, as in that they don't have a home to go to.
Yeah, a lot of people are also sleeping in cars and things like that when they can't get a home. So
yeah, definitely.
I've heard of a lot of different places around the country where they've actually what they've called a tent city, where people are set up and have to live in tents and things like that, and they haven't even got the tents, and they have to be provided them. So
yeah, and thankfully there's some areas that I believe that has been made available for people that may be sleeping in their cars or in vans as well, so that they can stay there overnight without the fear of having to be moved on as well.
Yeah. Well, I do notice that a lot of people have camped out in their camper vans. I'm not sure if it's just that they're on holidays or if they're needing to use it all the time, but across from Harvey Norman and Service New South Wales, you got that massive strip of car park where you see a lot of people, and also
a favourite, doesn't it? Yeah,
and also next to the yacht club, they've got a lot of different camper vans parked up there. I've even seen a bus. Someone must have decked out a bus or something. So there's all different sorts.
Yeah.
That have to utilise these services.
Yeah, so I'll be sleeping out on Thursday night with a lot of other local CEOs and business leaders in Illawarra, plus everyone else across Australia.
Lovely.
Oh, wow. Hats off to you.
Put yourself in their shoes.
It takes a lot to step outside your comfort zone, especially when you're going to be really cold too. So congratulations. I think that's a commendable thing that you're doing there.
Let's just move on to a very apt song, I think, because everybody is talking about this sort of thing now. And this is a Harry Nilsson song called Everybody's Talking from 1969. But it was also a feature in the 1994 film Forrest Gump. And yes, that took you back to the 70s then. That was a Kiss with the song Beth from 1976. And I believe that one was written and sung by the drummer Peter Criss. There you go.
Oh, awesome.
Now, of course, this is still Tony S. in the chair with Beck and... I'm sorry, not the best... Rod, yes. I'm getting confused with Ron, yes.
Rod and Ray?
Yeah.
You're all right. They're very close, so...
near enough, good enough, yeah.
And they were both CEOs of Flagstaff, so
there you go.
All good.
Hence the connection. There we go. Continue. Go for it, Beck.
Okay, so my last question, I suppose, that I've got for you, Rod, is... Is there any messages that you've got there for people out there on the NDIS about connecting with you guys?
Yeah, well, definitely. So we shared our contact details just earlier, but at the Flagstaff Group, we're really proud about how we can work with individuals, but also families to help them to engage and get the supports they deserve. And I think it's the best way to explain it is the three things that are important to us as an individual. Usually it's our employment, what we do for a job. So Flagstaff, we can support you to engage in employment and work-like activities, whether you're a school leaver, whether you're in high school and you want a part-time job, or whatever stage of life you're in where you want supports in employment. But also, if you want to build your capacity to live as independently as possible, it might be cooking, it might be, getting your driver's license, whatever those goals are.
Getting back in the swing of things, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Flagstaff, we can help you, achieve those goals. And the last one is we all enjoy an inclusive social life. So if you want to be able to engage in activities where you're not relying on mum or dad or a carer or a nan.
Or anyone else pulling the strings.
And you want to make some friends and, do things and have that control and the choice of things that you want to do on the weekend or on a Friday night. Well, Flagstaff, we can help you, achieve those goals. And that's what we pride ourselves on. I'm not going to tell you what we can and can't do. You're in the driver's seat. You come to us and you say, "This is what I want to do. How are you going to help me achieve those goals?"
Excellent. That's what I like to see. Working for the people. Definitely. So I suppose that I'll say thank you very much for coming on today, Rod. We really appreciated having you in and having a chat with you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to come out and have a chat. I really enjoyed the experience.
Very eye-opening.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Indeed.
And we may even get you back in 6 months or
later
something,
on down the
just
track.
to see how things are going. If there's some new stuff going on that you'd like to talk about.
Yeah, great. I look forward to it.
Got some new hobbies.
Yeah.
Maybe you can fill us in on that CEO sleep out and how that turned out.
As long as you can bring back that lovely smile on your face, all clear. Beautiful.
Oh, too kind.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, anyway, let's get back to some more, hopefully, cool tunes. Here we go. I've got some Supertramp with It's Raining Again, even though it's not raining at the moment, from the year 1982. Enjoy. Yes, that was just ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, with All Over the World from 1980. It was actually a feature in the film Xanadu, starring
Olivia Newton-John.
That's the one. Thank you very much, Beck. Thank you very much, Beck. There
no worries.
Anyway, time has come for us to say goodbye.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the day.